Doug.
Just some scheme stuff. Doug Lesmeri, cleveland.com. How much do you expect to be a nickel? A lot of teams almost use nickel as a base. What's your philosophy on that?
Well, I think we'll have to be in both based on who we're playing, based on how we match up for certain teams. You know, they're going to run the ball, they're going to throw the ball, what the down and distance is, what personnel are they in, what tendency is it, how good is their slot receiver, how good's our Sam, how good's our nickel. So I'd love to talk scheme with you for the next 30 minutes, but there's going to be so much that goes into that because, I mean, we got to do a good job. Coach Madison, myself, and the staff have to do a good job week to week trying to figure that out.
They've rotated corners a lot here the past couple of years.
I've seen that.
Do you like that idea, or do you sort of like, hey, if I got two guys who are our best corners, I want them out there?
That's funny because I remember the first time I had Lattimore up on a 30 visit, and I was so confused. I was like, why are you rotating? Yeah. If you're going to be the top 5 pick in the draft, what's wrong with you? Why are you rotating? He's like, well, coaches rotate me. Then the next year it's Denzel Ward out. I'm like, why are you rotating? Like, what is going on here? He's like, oh, the next guy's probably a first-round pick too, coach. And that just goes back to, I didn't get it at the time. I was like, what are they doing? But the next guy's a first-round pick, right? So it goes back to the question I think you asked me before. If a guy's good enough to play, we have to get him on the field. And if he's doing everything right, we have to find a role for him. So if we got 3 first-round picks at corner, and I'm not saying we do, we better find a way to use them, right? So I think we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out.
And real quick,
when corners, when the ball's in the air.
Who do I answer now? Him or Dave?
Go to the left.
We all want this. We all want this. This is the number one question for Ohio State fans, for anyone coaching secondary.
This is for the fans.
I'm
not joking. I'm serious.
For real, you guys do you want your corners turning and looking for the ball?
All right. So here's the deal on that one. If I ever see any of you guys tweet, do you think that we as DB coaches sit there and say, "Don't look back for the ball"? Like, my wife used to come up to me after games and be like, hey, why don't our guys turn back and look for the ball? I'm like, do you want to see my individual tape? All we do is practice turning and looking for the ball. DB coaches teach to turn and look for the football. We promise you we will practice to teach. This is awesome that you asked this, because now no one can tweet this out or say this. We are going to work on turning and looking and trying to intercept the football when we're in man. Now, there's certain parts of the field where it's not good to do that. So if we don't do it in a game, it might be a certain part of the field. But I promise you, come and watch individual. We'll turn and look for the ball.
Can we? Yeah,
I don't know if you're allowed to or not. Don't trick me. I don't know all the rules.
We're not allowed, so that's
all right, sorry.
Jeff, real quick, Dave Biddle from 24/7 Sports. Real quick, do you plan on coaching from the box or the field?
That is a good question. I think myself, Coach Madison, and Ryan will have to talk about that. We haven't brought it up yet. I know where I'd like to be. I'm not going to tell you that yet.
great. Coach,
not because just because I don't want to be lying to you. I don't know where I'll be.
It's for the fans.
You know what? I might want to go up in the box just so people don't recognize me around here. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.